Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler, author of A Saga on Home Video, a fan's guide to U.S. Star Wars home video releases, which you can find on Amazon and elsewhere. This time we're taking a look at a relatively new release. Now I should step back for a second and note here that there haven't been a lot of new episodes of From the Star Wars Home Video Library lately. There is a reason for that, as I laid out in the projects update that was released earlier, I want to say earlier this month, but I guess it was like late last month. It all kind of blurs together. It is August 4th as I'm recording this of 2018, which means that I'm within about a week or two away of releasing the final edition of my Star Wars Timeline project, now known as the Star Wars Timeline Gold, ever. And that means that for the last month or two, a lot of my focus when I've had free time has had to be on getting the timeline ready so I can get that final edition out there and sort of close the book on that particular project. And it's mean less time to record most of anything. Along with the fact that my wife has been on leave with the pregnancy and all, so we haven't really been in a situation where I have frequent times when I can just sort of steal off into the office and record without sort of leaving her stuck in the bedroom or something to her own devices. So just, and in many cases, actual devices like iPhones and iPads and doing stuff. But I felt like this is an episode that needed to be done in a timely fashion because we just had a new Star Wars home video release. And that release, of course, was Star Wars Rebels Complete Season 4. Now, it kind of did come as a surprise to me and to many others that there wasn't a Rebels Complete Seasons 1 through 4 boxed set released. This isn't like what happened in 2013, that October, when we had that big blitz of home video releases, among which were Season 5 of the Clone Wars on Blu-ray and DVD, and the big Seasons 1 through 5 Collector's Edition box set on Blu-ray and DVD for the Clone Wars. We didn't get anything like that this time. It's just the individual season release, though, again, on Blu-ray and DVD. So you want to take a look at that, see what that product is like, see what all is in it as far as bonus features, how the Blu-ray and the DVD releases differentiate themselves from each other, and that'll give us a nice chance to sort of be caught up on current releases as we head towards September and the eventual release of Solo: A Star Wars Story. So, let's take a look first at the DVD version, the simplest version of this. This is the DVD release here of Star Wars Rebels Complete Season 4. Again, without a "the" in front of complete. Notice here it does still have the sticker on it. The sticker says, "The thrilling final chapter, over 6 hours of content." Okay, complete Season 4 up at the top. Main characters there as they appear prior to Jedi Knight. You flip it around. Your back information up here says, "Bonus extras, Rebels Recon. Go behind the scenes with the cast and crew in 8 entertaining and information-packed episode recaps." Okay, because sometimes we had Rebels Recon that covered more episodes than one at a time because they were airing these oftentimes 2 in a night. We have a description there of the season. We have our shot there of the Loth Wolf and Ezra, with others behind them, some shots from episodes, and then your vital statistics and whatnot down there at the bottom, as expected. Your spine there, DVD, Star Wars Rebels Complete Season 4, and then down at the bottom, we've got little teeny tiny Ezra with the product number. Okay? Other side, effectively the same thing. Now, one thing I would note about this before we take off the slipcover is that there is a slipcover. I ordered the Blu-ray set and the DVD set brand new from Best Buy so that it would arrive for me on release day. And I would definitely have it because all kinds of stuff was going on release day. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get out and actually buy it in a store. And the Blu-ray arrived with its cardboard slipcover, and my DVD copy arrived like this. No cardboard slipcover. And I'm thinking, did they get rid of it? What's going on? Until I finally went to Target, and yes, the slipcover was supposed to be included. So Best Buy sent me essentially an incomplete brand new product, which really pissed me off. I'm going to just have to start getting these things at stores and finding a way, even when I'm incredibly busy, to actually go and get them. So, what we have here underneath is essentially the same kind of thing. It's another of those clear DVD cases as we've seen before. Complete Season 4, pretty much the same front, just no sticker. Pretty much the same back here. Essentially the same spine, but of course there's only one spine because the other side is where it opens. You open it, and the first thing that's going to sort of fall out at you is your Disney Movie Reward points. Yes, I've already redeemed these, so No use trying here. Nothing specific to the product other than the fact that it's giving you a code that's going to show up as the product when you put in those numbers and letters there. Then we have our discs. Right? We have the TIE Fighter in the background there with the logo and Ezra. This Disc 1, episodes 1 through 16, plus bonus features, DVD video, Lucasfilm, gives the run times down at the bottom, NTSC, because this is DVD, so that does make a difference. Region 1, Dolby Digital, and so on, with the rating there of TVY7, and so forth. So that's Disc 1, with that older-looking version of Ezra. Disc 2 gives us essentially the same design with Sabine, in this case covering episodes 7 through 11. And then with this being DVD, it is a 3-disc set rather than 2 like Blu-ray is. And our final disc there has Chopper, albeit with Chopper's position and the disc information sort of reversed from what was on the other 2. And this one is episodes 12 through 15. Also, all of them saying plus bonus features because Rebels Recon is on the same disc as the episodes Rebels Recon is about. As always, though, that's sort of a decent way to watch Rebels, but not the ideal way. The ideal way, at least right now, is Blu-ray. There is no 4K release of the series at this point. And once again, as we've seen in the past, they've really sort of skimped on the bonus features for the DVD, so that bonus features can be exclusive to Blu-ray and be a selling point for that. Only at least this time, it's not that the DVD is saying you'll find more bonus features on Blu-ray like we've seen before, which is kind of arguing against buying itself. So the DVD has all the episodes, plus all the Rebels Recon episodes, which you could just watch on Star Wars' YouTube channel or on StarWars.com, clicking on there. But at least it's got something. It's the Blu-ray, though, that actually gives us any bonus features, and this time they're fairly substantial and pretty interesting, I find. So here's our Blu-ray release. Very similar. Complete Season 4 with the Blu-ray symbol sort of smack in the middle of it, plus the logo, the characters, and our sticker, but the sticker is different this time. The thrilling final chapter, same thing. Over 6 hours of content, same thing. But underneath, includes exclusive bonus on Blu-ray. Doesn't say what it is yet, though. Spine is very similar to the DVD release, except with the Blu-ray symbol. And same thing on both sides. The back is very similar design-wise, except, of course, for the fact they have to make some room on this side for more information about the different bonus features, which we will come back to. We take off the slipcover. Very similar to the DVD, what we get inside is pretty much the same as what's on the outside, just inside a standard Blu-ray case. Standard case, not any kind of funky color or anything. Similar spine and back to what we got otherwise. Again, we will open this up, and inside is your Disney Movie Rewards little page there. And then your discs look basically like discs 1 and 2 from DVD. Except, of course, for the fact that these are all region, so region A, B, C. They are, of course, Blu-ray, so the Blu-ray symbol's on there instead of DVD. Right? No NTSC, because that doesn't make a difference for Blu-ray. And, of course, since there's only 2 discs, the episodes are divided up a little bit differently. We have episodes 1 through 9 plus bonus features on the first disc with Ezra, and then episodes 10 through 15 with bonus features on the second disc with Sabine. Now, what about those bonus features? Well, they lay them out here on the back up in the corner. And it does list all of them. This isn't one of those instances where it only lists a few and then says, like, and more. It's just the ones that are listed on here. You got Rebels Recon, which we already know, right? Go behind the scenes with the cast and crew in 8 entertaining, information-packed episode recaps. Okay, which are a little bit more than recaps because they have the interviews and everything else. So they're kind of doing Rebels Recon a disservice by simply calling them recaps. But whatever. It says bonus extras, Blu-ray exclusives. We have Ghosts of Legend, Force of Rebellion, Kevin Kiner, The Rebels Symphony, and 6 audio commentaries from Dave Filoni. So, Ghosts of Legend. It says the paths come together as we explore the journey of the Ghost crew with the talented people who brought them to life. That's basically a half-hour production, which basically goes from the beginning of Rebels up through the end and has a lot of interviews where people are talking about basically the development of the characters, the development of the show, the goals of the show, and so forth. It's a really good sort of in-cap, behind-the-scenes type of feature on Rebels. It's not just looking at this season, but looking at the entire series. Then we have Force of Rebellion. Executive producer Dave Filoni shares insights into the Force and its importance across the Star Wars saga. That one is about 15 minutes. and it's basically Dave Filoni talking about the use of the Force within Rebels, where we get answers, where we don't, why we don't in the cases where we don't, the nature of what we saw with some aspects of the Force that might have been surprising or confusing, like the Lothwolves and so forth, all kind of detailed in there with his thinking. Then we have Kevin Kiner, The Rebel Symphony. Go behind the scenes with composer Kevin Kiner to discover what inspired some of the most iconic music in the series. That's more like 10 minutes, and it's talking with Kevin Kiner about the audio. What's kind of cool is as they talk about it, a lot of times we get to see scenes with just the music, no sound effects or dialogue or anything, so you can really get the impact of the music in relation to what's happening on these really momentous, epic, memorable scenes. They're shown to us here in sort of an isolated soundtrack sort of way. We get to learn a little bit more about his interaction with his two sons, who are also composers, one of whom actually composed the Sabine Darksaber training music. So kind of cool to see that. Just sort of a perspective that we don't always get to necessarily see, even though Kevin Kiner's music is such a big part of actually both Rebels and the Clone Wars. And then there's 6 audio commentaries. And these are basically Dave Filoni talking through the episodes. So the first commentaries we get are Heroes of Mandalore Parts 1 and 2. Those are both on Disc 1. Then the other 4 are on Disc 2, Jedi Knight, Wolves in a Door, A World Between Worlds, and of course the season finale, which is Family Reunion and Farewell. So we get 6, which is almost like 7 to a degree because that last episode was double length. And it's all kind of talking about sort of the nature and development of the series, as you would expect from a typical audio commentary. All in all, it winds up being probably the most solid Rebels home video release that we've ever gotten. The extra features are substantial and interesting and in-depth. They don't do any crazy stuff splitting up episodes in a way that's jarring to those who saw them in their original aired format. And it just makes for a really good viewing experience, particularly if you turn the speakers up and you have it on a nice big screen, high definition or 4K television. It's not going to be itself in 4K, but the better the television, the better the visuals are going to wind up generally turning out to be in HD as well. So definitely one to check out if you're a fan of Rebels. I would highly recommend the Blu-ray over the DVD, but the DVD works well enough in a pinch, and at least it's got Rebels Recon on it, as we've kind of expected so far. Now we just have to wait and see. Are we going to get a complete series set? You would expect that to be coming at some point, but maybe they're going to let it drag out just long enough for it to not have the kind of sticker shock of buying multiple things at once that we got back with Clone Wars in 2013. We'll just have to see. But the thought that they might avoid ever doing a complete series set seems almost irrational in this day and age, unless they're really leaning way more towards their digital service, and that being the place to see all of Rebels in one place. But then again, we probably would have anyway, so why not give us a series set? As I said, we will just have to see. With that, though, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.